My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2! Banished and Pireborn. Hello. Oh my god, it's like our first run ever! We're Banished and Pireborn, we've got Heart of the Pact. After playing a card from your primary and allied clan, draw an additional card next turn, we've even got Hothead! 2 Ember, 2 Size, ability Fire Breathing. Chosen of Savagery is going to be demanding that Hothead is very powerful and firing off every turn. 2 Selfless Sacrifices to consume advance applied damage heal 2, as well as 2 copies of Lava Armor, 1 Ember 10 health. A Revenge, apply Pyogel 3 to the attacker. I kind of want to go the Revenge gain Valor line on Fel, and then give you a Lava Armor immediately, and then just put a Hothead behind you. Like, that's how I want to open. What do I want to transition into after that? Dunno. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. At start of turn, fully healed champions is going to be irrelevant because Fel always gains Valor, so Valor becomes armor over their health, so they never really start losing health. And Attuned Whetstone, at the least, at the moment, is just going to get me a Copper of Lava Armor in the opening hand. Yikes. Do I do Unchained? Shift, gain Valor 1 permanently. If you do that, you 100% then just optimize giving you as much Valor as possible, because then when I play you on the very first turn, you gain 400 armor. Like, it gets stupid. I often don't like doing that line just for that reason, because it winnows your choices down to a very, very, very small kind of viable subset. Merchant of Magic Pireborn, Merchant of Steel Pireborn. I mean, I'm kind of incentivized to go for Pireborn units for a while, which makes this a little worse, because then I can't use your shift and another unit's shift at the same time. Merchant of Arms has value, but with 2 equipment in the deck already and Attuned Whetstone, maybe a little less than otherwise. Banished Banner with Merchant of Steel after, but it's contested by Merchant of Trinkets, Forgotten Boons. Banished Banner, Merchant of Arms. Yeah, it's a bit late to pick up the Banish, the unit that I want to really, like, form the run around in Ring 5. I could go Savior. Just advance, gain Valor 5, gain armor equal to 1 times Valor. Having an ability would be nice as well, because then having anything that helps reset abilities is going to be really good for both Fel and Hothead. Yeah, I don't want to do Unchained. No. Put it away. -1 Ember per turn. We can deal with that. I mean, I'm going to want Fel to use their ability on turn 1. Probably something like this. Actually, we'll use Just Cause first for the additional Valor on Hothead. I don't want to have to use its ability this turn if I can avoid it. Just Firestar to the backline. I am a little concerned that if the Collector comes on the second line, I won't be able to do too much about it. Okay, that's fine. It's top line, and I also drew Firestarters, so we're okay. Oh my god, I didn't even check the top floor because I was just so certain that unit was dying. Oops. Forward. There we go. I probably didn't need to lose health in this fight. Ended up losing 7. Oof. Penitent Blood Suit. Shift. Take 30 damage, can be equipped on enemy units. I don't like that at all. Especially when I have an attuned whetstone. Self the Sacrifice, 2 copies already in the deck. I'll take a challenge for coverage. Pyre Cast. Just 10 Pyre Gel. Pretty much always decent. Lava Flow and Flicker really depends on what you also add into those. I like the idea of going for Flicker, because that's like Flicker, Holdover, and plus 10 magic power is enough to take care of most AoE enemies that are really annoying. And then Hothead can finish off anything that needs. Dualism Smidgestone. Interesting. So the dualism would affect the lava armor attached to a unit. That's compelling. Miser with dualism is gaining 20... what I'm looking for here is gold every time it attacks. I also like smidgestoning the Hothead here, because it sets up for large stoning the Hothead in the future, which is one of the best upgrades I could give it. I don't think my damage is especially good. I feel like I probably need a damage upgrade on a Shield Steward to help me get through here as well. Draw one less card each turn. Sure. Miser always needs to attack on the bottom floor. Which means that the Hothead goes behind it. $16, Miser finishes you off. I don't need to play Flicker. I really think Lava Armor for the Shield Steward on the second line is going to be a great idea for us. As much as I want to get the Fire Starter out on Ominous Acolyte to prevent its 15 healing here, I think this is dramatically more impactful. I do think more Valor on Fell is really effective here as well. Gain more shields. Next hand, I'm almost certain to draw Spear Steward. No, not almost certain. I'm slightly less than certain to draw Spear Steward. Okay, slightly more. Slightly more than 50-50, not slightly more than certain. That damage shield got us. Hell yeah. Huge amount of avarice that fight as well. Spike of the Banished. Consume, apply 4x Valor just straight up on a unit. Yes, please. You are ridiculous. Golden Touch! It's the first time I have seen a Dragon's Horde application. So I click it. Even happier now to have a Merchant of Magic immediately afterwards. Intrinsic and -1 cost. That's one of the things I definitely want to put on a Just Cause. Sorry, Just Cause? On Golden Touch. Also, permanently remove Consume from Spike of the Banished. I'm going to Emberstone something. And then I'm going to re-roll, and I'm going to give Spike of the Banished the -2 gain Consume. God, what do I even reduce the cost of? Just Causes are good now, but they won't be good in the future. Golden Touch I really want to give the +10 damage to if I can get it. Fine, I will 0 cost Just Cause, +10 to Golden Touch. Reroll, Smolder Stone on the Spike of the Banished, and now it applies 4x +2 Valor. Guildmonger. Extinguish, gain Dragon's Sword, love to see that. Kanyo, when you purge a card outside of combat, gain 75 gold. Ooh, per KO. At the start of battle, gain a calcified ember that converts to an excavated ember when not playing it once, and Korma's Shell. I really like per KO, and especially because I have an X cost in the deck that can eat up all of that ember to do a huge impact. I want to do it. Let me do it. Archeon's also going to be pushing units back in this fight. That's very slightly annoying, but how annoying can it be when I have the ability to rectify my own positions very easily? Guildmonger. I mean, I don't want Guildmonger to survive. Also failed. Should use your ability on turn 1 here. Yeah, I think what I really need to do is start setting up a shield steward and another spear steward behind it on top floor. Is this the Perkeo one? Nope, the other one is. This is absolutely the hot headline, otherwise how am I going to reach those backliners? I really do need to keep stacking Valor on Fel. Oh, at the cost of that much sap on the bottom line? No. Lose some higher health there, but we trigger the Heart of the Pact, and we also get some Valor on the top line, which is going to be important, because that top line is going to be where we end up protecting a Spear Steward. Damage shield doesn't do super well here because Archeon still triggers. I'm going to flicker the top line so I don't have to take any damage on the Spear Steward, and I'm going to drop a Fire Starter on the boss, start getting it to have a little bit more fire gel. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Spike of the Banished, ready to be played with 3 Ember for a total of 5 Embers impact. I really want to also drop a Spear Steward on the top line. Which next turn, it'll be a bit more relevant. The enemy attacks with 13, but does it after. It's difficult. Spike the Banished, and then use the move forward. Calcified Ember will keep him alive. If I challenge you, you'll die, so I can hit a Fire Starter as well, and Just Cause. Honestly, the Fire Starter is going to be much more damage than Just Cause there, so I'm not going to use the Just Cause. It's going to be Selfless Defense. Selfless Sacrifice, rather. Oh, wait, that was a 0-cost Just Cause. Of course, that ends up getting used on that line. I want to invert the order on the top line as well. Was I doing more than 710 originally? I don't think I was. Fire Starter. Hold up. Again, I made the exact same mistake. I'm gonna put one of them on the top line. That Just Cause. I mean, honestly, the Relentless phase, spending that long on the bottom line is really important to me because it gave us a lot more value. I'll end up taking 2 fire damage for this, but with that 22 Valor on the top line, I think we should be able to get across the line. So this is annoying. We can, but I really want to also be able to use the Golden Touch for a kill. If I take out my own unit and then Fire Gel you, it'd cost me 13 effectively there. 13 Pyre Health to get 1 Dragon Horde. That's too much. However, is there anything else I can do? Maybe challenge? Yep, that'll do it. Woo! Eagle Heart. Advance. Apply 5 Valor to a friendly unit, then it attacks immediately. I like the idea of that. Help the bottom line out a little bit more. It's also Pyroclasm. Attuned explosive, 150 damage. Not that hard to cast in a world where I'm going to get Excavated Embers. Death Roar. Yeah. Give me Eagle Heart. Gold Tooth. Hello. 2 Ember, 2 size. Avarice 5. Plus 15 damage per 100 gold you started the turn with. There's also another copy of Guildmonger, but I'm gonna take the rare unit and make the rare unit work. With capacity, we would also be able to throw Gold Tooth on the bottom line, but realistically, we probably run it as a second line. There's value, I think, here in both Draw and Ember. I kind of want to go Ember just so that I don't have a hard time playing cards in the opening turn. I can play Hothead, Goldtooth, Guildmonger, and Miser without having to worry. Merchant of Steel versus Banished Trinkets. Now, Merchant of Steel is really important because getting the ability for Guildmonger to die and just chump block, so an Endless as well as a Big Tooth and just put you in front of the Gold Tooth constantly is incredible. That said, I do have a Merchant of Steel literally in the very next area. I could either hit 2 Merchants of Steel in a row, or I could hit this Merchant of Trinkets and then cut over to the Merchant of Steel. Savior 2. Now it grants 15 Valor. Absolutely going Artificial Firestone and Dante's Footstool. They are both incredibly powerful. Golden Gloves will behave for itself before the end of the run as well, so I'll take all 3. Room card. Room card. Don't have one of those yet. Gonna need one in the future. Oh! Let me... the equipment... Damn, the only equipment I have in the deck is the Lava Armor, which grafting Lava Armor onto someone would be good. Let's be very clear. It's obviously good for that to be there. There's way better equipment to be randomly crafted, though. I think Hothead... Ability Fire Breathing. You have the Lunar Cycle Staff. Wait. Graft Lunar Cycles... On Moon Cycle, this equipment gains 1 damage permanently. You know what? That's every turn you gain +1 damage permanently. For Hothead, that actually might be sick. That actually might be really good. Because eventually, it's just large. Eventually, it's up to the point that it's just clearing lines. I don't know. I don't think it's worth judging it. See how it goes. I'm a little incentivized not to play the Excavated Ember unless I need it, because I do have expensive cards in my deck that it can pay for. Okay, we give you Valor and then Heart of the Pact, so that you've got now 17 Valor and 17 Armor. You take no damage that is not immediately healed by Valor next turn. Yeah, we don't have much damage, so the next floor doesn't... Like, Goldtooth doesn't start with much damage here, unfortunately. This is a great turn for Hothead. Wait, what? Excuse me? Moon Cycle. Triggers when Moon changes phases. Surely it changed phase at the start of this turn. Is it only if the Moon changes phases outside of the normal Moon phasing? Because that's going to be really, really disappointing to hear. Perfect. Work, Spear Steward. I mean, yeah, I just want to spike the Banished as much as I can on the bottom line. That AoE clear on the second line is going to be really hard. Thankfully, Hothead makes this one easy. Eagle Heart. Advance. Apply Valor. Friendly unit. Then it attacks immediately. I guess my goal ultimately here is to have as few of those backline units reach the top next turn as is possible. That did it. Shield Stewar's there to defend you on floor 2 as well. And we're A-okay. Yeah, that's that Lunar Cycle stuff not gaining any damage at all. That's suspect. Has the moon never changed face? Well, this is terrifying. Apply 5 Valor, advance immediately and attack. Excellent. God, I would have loved to have someone here to apply the Spike of the Banished too. You take... I take 15, you take 78 twice, it's 156, and then you take another... yeah, I die. I absolutely die here. What else is there I can really do? Goldtooth does have decent damage by the end, but it's like decent damage in the realm of 60, so like it's significantly less still than Fel. I wonder if we might only be competitive in a world where Fel exists on floor 2, so that I have the ability to use Savior again. I'm gonna try it. This is such a weird loss. Counted a loss. Feel free. I'm going to continue playing to see how this run would have gone. Bellmiser Hothead. Love Arm the Bell. I mean, Guildmonger goes on the sacrificial floor. This is now more like this, I guess. Whoa, hold up. Why'd the Lunar Cycle Staff gain damage this time? It literally didn't do that the first time I had it. At all, ever. It was quite notable, in fact. I kind of want to use Eagleheart just for the advance in Valor right now. That top floor is going to need some Valor. Yeah, the Hothead is now working as intended. I'm very glad to see it. Can I do enough damage on this top floor? Yes, but only at the cost of losing the Collector. Or I can take 8 damage in order to collect the Collector. Oh, 10 damage actually is the Ravenous Zealot's going to ascend. 10 damage for 75 golds? Yeah, I do want that. It's also going to buff Goldtooth next turn, which is going to be important. The problem with the challenge right here, like, I can self the sacrifice, but it literally doesn't change any outcomes. Hello, Spike of the Banished. I lose 2 gold if I play the Flicker on top line, but I could keep 5 health. Obviously can't use Hothead this turn, gotta use it next turn to clear the units behind Kel. Only units in the front line benefit from the armor from Spike the Banished though, and I'm just gonna straight up guarantee this by dropping a giant spike there. units. It's literally no problem. Also, it is nice to see that the Lunacycle staff actually will scale. Shield of Wing. Revenge, deal damage to the attacker equal to this unit's health. I quite like that. I also like the idea of strapping that to a lava armor, then making the other one deployable so that I draw that one. Mind Cage. Resolve, reduce cooldown by 1. I mean, Fel being able to use their ability every second turn's huge, but also Hothead being able to use their ability every turn. Unfortunately, I would have to replace your Lunacycle stuff, but realistically, it's better. Gotta save that until it's at least 6. I chose the trinkets last time, yes. So now, ooh, possibly even a rune card. Dualism multi-strike. Oh, baby. Let's quick look at the armory. You're kidding me. Oh my god. The footstool is gonna draw weapons cache. So I just get to draw all of the weapons out of my deck at 0 cost. Incredible. Merchant of Steel, I have to admit, there is a large part of me that wants you to give multi-strike to the Miser, but I have so much money, and the Miser is a huge part of that, but like, eventually it is going to be one of my weakest units, and Gold Tooth, 100%, you need it. Dualism, I mean, only the Avarice gets doubled there, not especially good. I gotta say, Dualism doesn't necessarily look especially good on any of you. Plus 15, I don't think I need this. I'm gonna re-roll. I really wanted to see a Smart Stone there. I didn't. But Endless on the Guildmonger, I will never be mad about. I do want to give additional health to the Guildmonger, but I also do want to play you every single turn. I need you to be dying. Quick. And plus damage on Goldtooth. Valor. Just straight up starting with Valor. I mean, giving that to the Miser is just 16 additional damage on you. And like, what other upgrade am I going to be giving you? I do think the 20 additional health may be... No, because I've got Quick on the other guy, so Guildmonger's barely ever going to die. I'm not going to give the 20 additional health. Kyrian, well... I gotta say, another copy of that Goldtooth now seems really good. I really want another copy of that Goldtooth. Yeah, its damage gets, like, unacceptably high. The Stewards are certainly the weakest parts of the deck right now. I'll cut one of each of you. Enemies enter with Titan 4. That's a little annoying. That's a little annoying. We'll be able to get through it, I think. So, Undying Minions, they're on the bottom floor. Hothead, I'll be able to get your Mind Cage this turn, but unfortunately that does mean replacing your Lunacycle stuff, but also, it is better. Fel and Miser want to be as low as possible, or at least Miser does. What flaws are we constructing here? Because Goldtooth, like, 2 Gold Teeth really do need a defender. The defender theoretically could be Hothead, but Hothead's not even that large. Capacity would be needed if I was going to make Guildmonger the last one. I can't put the double gold tooth low, because if I do, they just, well, don't. They gain all of their avarice, sure, but like I don't gain the miser avarice, which means we end up losing. So maybe it's Guildmonger as a chump blocker on the bottom line, and then Hothead defends both gold teeth on the next line. I like that. So that's weapons case here. Hothead summons lava armor. Goldtooth summons Mind Cage. Goldtooth summons Shield of Wing. Oh, Shield of Wing. I totally forgot about you. Wonder if you make Fell much better. Mind Cage, you can use your ability every turn. That's the AoE sweep. But the thing is, you're also going to be AoE sweeping like with your own avarice. That's actually going to be fine. Then Fell hits bottom line. I was going to give you lava armor, but that probably should be the Shield of Wing instead. Guildmonger, you can wear a lava armor and you'll lose it later. That's fine. Miser shields your top line, and then a single lava armor for you. Big setup. I can move Fell to the front and then back to get the Guildmonger to die again. Golden Dodge, a little bit of Valor for the next floor. Instead of even a challenge on the boss. Hell yeah. Hothead gets a bunch of money while taking out the enemies, and then we're just going to follow up the avarice and finish them off. So it looks like those numbers made it to the right place. Spike of the Banish for 24 Valor on Fell. Yeah, it'll cost us a little sap, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, we can get all the backliners down and then just let the Hotheads take care of the Ravenous Zealot before they even hit me. You're more than welcome to kill Guildmonger. In fact, I implore you to do so. That said, I will use my own Eagle Heart. Alright, Guildmonger back in the front line and going to die. Only needs to die one more time to fulfill my requirements for it, which is, at the moment, only 8 Dragon Sword. Yeah, here we'll get more by letting Goldtooth take the hits rather than actually hitting him with Hothead. Also, it is about time I actually burn out some of these calcified embers. Yeah, it's the difference between 7 avarice per attack and 2. And again, here, same reasoning. Over the course of the fight, we're now up to 300 coin, which means these guys have both, the gold teeth that is, have both got 45 additional damage. Yeah, I sincerely have very little to change there. There's all the gold that we need. And then realistically, I think moving Fell forward... Actually, hang on. I think moving Fell forward here would probably result in a lot less avarice overall, because I think we end up winning on the bottom line Whereas killing Guildmonger early and then just fighting against Spell means Miser has a lot of turns to hit. And we will win on the next lane anyway. So, yeah, the longer the fight goes on, the better it is for me. God, I love that. Big ol' Spike the Banished. You know what? Hothead, don't hit him. Let the professionals do it. Up to 601 coin. Last time I pulled our attention to the coin was like a minute ago, and we had 300. Everlasting Light. On strike, apply Valor 2 to friendly units. That's... I mean, that's really good on the Miser, just for adding additional damage to that line. Valor on friendly units adds an additional damage per stack. We don't actually have a huge amount of Valor on friendly units. I'm going to take an Everlasting Light, and I probably end up taking Capacity. Stuck Up Well. Ability. Expensive days supply Avarice to friendly units. 100% unnecessary. Greed. I don't really have an opening line for green at the moment. And Fanning the Flame. Just unnecessary given what our deck does. Skip. We'll loot the Dragon Sword, of course. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains 1 additional... Ooh, when you equip a friendly unit, gain apply Conduit 4. That is a lot of Conduit. That does mean the Flickers and the Fire Starters is doing serious stuff. I'll take Fireborn's Insignia, thank you. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1. How many of those do I have? Literally just the Shield Steward. Yeah, pretty irrelevant then. After deployment phase, when you draw your, play your 3rd card of a turn, draw 1, Winged Steel. Yes, please. Merchant of Magic. There are definitely things I want to do into Merchant Magic, obviously. Consume remove or double spell chain rather on Excavated Ember. Consume remove from Eagle Hearts. Oh, that is most of it, to be honest. However, with the amount of money that I have, Merchant of Trinkets. Also, the Pyre health is on the same side. Like, it's really valuable. At the start of each turn, front friendly unit on each floor gains Valor 2. Yes, thank you. Deal 3 piercing damage whenever an enemy moves between floors. Sadly, I didn't get the give them Pyre Gel when they move between floors as well. That would be useful. Lightstone Casing, spells gain an extra upgrade slot. We'll just have enough money to fill that. Expanded Coffers, increase max Horde by 3. I would love to fulfill that. Oh my god. Valor grants an additional armor burst stack, and when a friendly unit gains Valor, it gains an additional stack. We gain Valor largely in big increments, so Titan's Edict is better than Celestial Cascade here for us. I do wish I had both. I don't need another room, especially when one of them is already weapons cache and is being drawn into Iron-Burning Hands. Bell, Guildmonger, Miser. They're going for spikes and additional health. It's going to cause the Gold Teeth to take a decent amount of damage as well. How capable am I here? Do I need, like, a Hothead on the bottom line just going off every turn in order to have a chance against them? I can admittedly use Guildmonger on different lines right now. I do think I need Hothead on the bottom line. If that ability goes off too many times, I'm actually just really gonna have a bad time. It's still gonna be Hothead, Fell, and Miser on the bottom line, though. Miser, you get the Everlasting Light. Shielded Wing for additional health on Fell. Then a Guildmonger on this line defends Goldtooth. And a Shield Steward on this line defends another Goldtooth. Both of you get a Lava Armor. Okay, so Hothead is already at 15 damage here, which means your ability is going to finish this off. Unfortunately, I don't definitely have your Mind Cage active next turn. Oh, although we've got enough Conduit down here that I can use the Golden Touch to take out the enemy. Hell yeah. So I might be able to get away without using the Hothead's ability here. Yeah, the more Fire Starter applied to the boss, the better. Calcified Ember turns into Excav Ember. Thank you, per KO. Oh, hell yeah. That's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Giant Spike of the Banished. And then the... Still not enough to keep you alive, eh? Interesting. I'm just gonna have to change the order and then do the same thing. The main problem here, though, being now that Hothead needs to find its way to a front line on a turn that's safe in order to gain the Valor armor. And those turns are few and far between at the moment. There we go. That'll do it. Okay, up to 92 armor there on Hothead. Finally, you've got your Mind Cage as well. Unfortunately, you do lose a lot of damage, but you've got the damage of the Valor to keep you going. Sounds like a Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings crossover card from the Universe is Unbound. Both Vengeful Shards. You need to stay alive. You need to die. I kind of want to give melee weakness to Guildmonger, like literally. Someone needs to kill you. And if it's gotta be me, by gosh, it will be. Thankfully, this is one of those lovely situations where I can clear out the entire enemy line because I still have a target for the Miser to hit. Oh, hell yeah. Just still 8 free Valor. You gonna kill my Guildmonger yet? Thank you. Ah, thank you. Hold up. I just realized I have the ability to draw it as well this turn. So I should kill my own Guildmonger here if I can. That would be Firestarter. Golden Touch kills it. Go down to the bottom line. Flicker, draw the Guildmonger, drop you back on this line. Then Firestarter. Oh, hell yeah. Golden Touch, kill it again. Look at the bottom line, just cause, draws back. Guildmonger! I don't think it'll have another time to die, unfortunately. Yeah, I would very much have had to have drawn all of the damage for it myself. That said, might as well give it a chance. Okay. Chance disappeared. Decent amount of gold. Only 5 Dragonhold though, so we're not going to be looting that. Death Metal Hymnist. Enchant, grant, multi-strike 1. I mean, it is one size. It could easily go on that bottom floor. Pyroclasm as well. Soldier of Fortune. No, I don't want to draw something in the middle of the fight with Soldier of Fortune. I just take the Death Metal Hymnist. If we play it, we play it. If we don't, we don't. I want to go Capacity here, realistically, I think. But it's a bad idea, isn't it? I don't need to. I just want to. I think it should be draw. Because like Capacity here, what does it allow me to do? It allows me to keep the Miser on the same floor as I'm doing like what, like Hothead double Gold Tooth or something like I have resource accrual floors at the moment, and as soon as I don't need those, how true is that? Death Metal Hymnist would slap online with both Gold Teeth. Give me draw. Save. Oh my god, sorry, it goes up to 11. Hang on. I don't loot you until... 9 now. Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Magic with another dupe. I mean, like, Gold Teeth is always going to be one of the best cards available. And as soon as I'm comfortable with it, the bottom floor should be Fell behind Hothead with a Gold Tooth behind, and then the next line is Gold Tooth, Gold Tooth. There's not even that many more upgrades from Merchant of Steel to hit that I'd be happy about. Like Smart Stone for the Hothead, but it doesn't truly desperately need it. I also think another copy of Spike of the Banished would be incredible for us. Savior 3. Now that, Savior 3 is even better. Yeah, friendly units gain armor equal to 1 times Fell's Valor. So you can now give armor to your entire floor. Oh my god, holdover Spike of the Banished? Actually, no, I can increase you even more. I can hold over Flicker, give that consume, but the bottom line's already kind of fine doing that. Hold over Golden Touch. How many more battles do I have? 1, 2, 2 more battles. So realistically, like, that just gives me the ability to get 11 in this fight, and then hopefully 11 in the next fight as well, but probably not. Oh, obviously. No, it's remove consume from an excavated ember and then give holdover to an excavated ember. Every turn I just gain additional energy and draw. Still the same card, but it's a card. Let's -1 the Rhino.exe crashed. Eagle Heart, I suppose. Reroll. -2 and gain consume. I think Spike of the Banish can't do. -1 cost permafrosts. I like the idea of that on Eagle Heart, so I can keep you for exactly the right turn. Holy Stone, oh boy, I don't need it, but the appeal is certainly there. Let's get +10 to 1 Flicker. Now this is crucial. Do I dupe the Excavated Ember with holdover? Just develop a bunch of additional energy every turn, couple incant triggers, or do I dupe the Spike of the Banished and go sicko mode? I think a second copy of that in the deck is exactly what this deck is singing, crying, screaming for. Spear Steward, Shield Steward, both of you are necessary, but I can play that Shield Steward in the opening. Head into battle. Thorn Guard. Now, with its statistics, it does propose a concern for Miser. I want that gold, though. I'm just going to figure out how to do it. Hothead with the Mind Cage on the bottom line is extremely important to me. Let's see what we can do about this. So, thankfully, Hothead has Mind Cage, so I can just explode every turn, preventing the enemy Rage Wing Assassin from doing too much. Let's start with Just Cause for a little Valor on Fel. Then I do want to make you dive forward and attack, but I'll do that after you gain additional Valor there, then dive forward and attack. Great. That also gave all of that armor to the rest of the floor, keeping Miser alive. Golden Touch takes out the boss. I can do a lot more damage if I don't do that in the worst available order. So now I could just drop a Hothead. Ah, damn. Fire Gel should have gone first. That guy's gonna be an annoyance. Not to eat through 200 additional health to even reach him this time. Oh yeah, double spike of the Banished. Hothead got him. Let's challenge you. Then Excav Ember. Oh my god, there's Death Metal Hymnist. Yes, I would love to multi-strike on the bottom floor, please. Also draws us a Lava Armor. I don't really want to keep anyone else alive if I can. Maybe the top line needs it a little there. One big Spike of the Banish for you, and then one big Spike of the Banish for you. The gold teeth on floors that I am not often going to be visiting. They are absolutely my priority. Get him, Hothead! Oh my god, we're gonna get so much money on that bottom line! I really don't want that guild manga to keep getting its additional valor. It's staying alive for too long. I want you to die. Unfortunately, because it's at the front of the field, it gets 2 at the end of the turn, and then it gets 4 armor from them because it gets double armor. I also don't want to get too strong on Fel, because realistically I need to make sure the Miser still gets 2 hits, so that I gain 40 gold every turn. Actually significantly more than that due to everyone else's avarice, but still. Fire starter. Perfect, I kill you and then I draw you on the same turn, so now I can play you as a new defender. I'll fire starter and challenge. Another 103 armor for the entire bottom floor. Get him, Fel! Oh my god, my quick attacker will even prevent the Guildmonger from taking the damage next turn. How dare you? Yeah, there we go. Welcome back, Guildmonger. I mean, admittedly, 10 is basically the same as 11 in terms of the value that I care about. Oh, but I am thrilled to see the 11. Okay. Firestarter, Golden Tooth takes you out, and then I can play you again. I mean, I'd love to play you on the bottom floor, but I can't do that. I mean, Hothead probably shouldn't ability, right? Yeah, we'll get more strikes out of Miser by not letting Hothead use the ability. And all of that occurs before both the Dragon Horde and the 400 that we're going to get for the trials. Punk Shredder. Just enchant with Trample. I mean, putting that on the second line is pretty ridiculous. Soul Smelter. Siphon to gain a soul at the end. Celebrate to gain 1 Dragon Sword for every 4 soul. I mean, realistically, it's not going to be that good. Highborn Brain Spike. Reduce cooldown by X. Apply 2X Avarice. That is a great, great buff for Fel. Spells gain +3 damage for each upgrade on their card. I mean, that's pretty good for Golden Touch. Flicker gets 3 damage from it as well. I mean, it's still probably better than the other 2 for us. When you gain Spire Gel, gain 1 additional stack. Ooh, after using an ability, friendly units gain +5 damage. Shadow's Sheath, actually. That's also just like Hothead does ridiculous damage because it'll get a bunch of stealth and it'll stealth itself. But then we end up revealing units like, obviously I'm not going to get any slays on the Death Metal Hymnist, so it would be revealed when all of the other units on the floor have stealth. Spirit Breaker's charge is definitely good enough here. I really want to hit the Merchant of Arms. I think Empyrean Well Dupe is a lot of value for us. I think merging some of these cards as well, like maybe merging Mind Cage with one of the Lava Armors, just so that it's a little more reliable in the opening, would be nice. Permanently add 2 damage to a unit's equipment on Slay. When you equip a unit, add damage shield 1 and Odie's Totem +1 energy per turn, but -3 deployment ever. I mean, Odie's Totem is really good. So we'd have 5 Ember per turn and 2 deployment Ember, taking us up to 7. So 7 means we can play Goldtooth, Hothead, Guildmonger. We can't play Miser, but literally everything else. When you equip an Angel, Fel doesn't count as an Angel, and I don't think I have any Angel units in the deck. Yeah, no, it's just Dragons. Maybe I should have given the Dragons +8 damage. When a friendly unit dies, rather, Angels on the floor gain rage 7. Nope. And Breath of Heaven, actively bad. I'd love them to change that. Merchant of Arms, what do you got? Void Armaments. I mean, Void Armament on Everlasting Light would be lovely, but it's too expensive and I wouldn't be able to play it out of the weapons cache. Sacrificial Chamber and Glass Cannon. Realistically, I don't think any of those are especially good for me, and I think this is it, yeah. I think I'd take Echo Vault. No, because then I'd have to make the weapons cache deployable. I really like how much Ember worth of value we're getting out of the weapons cache. What's my opening hand? 1 free draw, 2 free draw. Okay, my opening hand has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Has 9 cards in opening hand. I want to take that Echo Vault and make it deployable. If you're deployable, I'll still draw Weapons Cache in the opening turn. I won't get to play the Vault, but that'll be okay. So I draw one of these for free, and then I draw 3 of them when I play something. So if I merge 2 pieces of equipment here, I guarantee that I draw them all on turn 1. Remove cards from deck. I mean, honestly, pretty much all of these Just Causes are lost causes. I could remove the shield steward, but I don't need to. We had the right number. I think pretty much all of these just causes. Primary removals. The fire starters get a decent amount of spell damage. I probably don't need as many of them as I have, though. And now with Empyrean Dwell, I think there's an argument for another Hothead, which I just put on another floor. Or even another piece of this merged equipment, which would be really good to have on Fel. Just casting the ability every other turn. Shielded Wing would have to go elsewhere. It's fine to merge this equipment because I will always still draw one Mind Cage, even if I don't draw both. Spike of the Banished are huge, but better survivability is better survivability. I can't believe you have all of these, and I'm actively going to look at them and go, nope, they don't do anything for the run. I'm going to leave and keep my money so that Goldtooth is stronger at the start of the next fight. Sarah's going to be enchanting our units with Rage. Miser on the bottom line with the Everlasting Light is actually nice. It gives a lot of value to that bottom line. And there's your merged equipment. There's yours. Then Fel. Oh, hell yeah. You got the same. Guildmonger top floor. Yeah, because that means that I'll have Guildmonger as a chump to throw on the bottom floor as well. On the next floor, rather, down. I guess this lava armor should just go on whomever. Some damage shield on you looks good to me. With Golden Touch, we can take out the Chosen Assassin no matter what on this bottom line, so I'm not too worried. So, Hothead, Golden Touch. I mean, it's hard to deny. Echo Volt's definitely much better on the bottom line now. Let's play Echo Volt. Then use Fel's ability for 15 Valor, as well as giving Valor and armor to all units on the floor. Then I'm going to burn this Calcified Ember. And then I'm going to Pyreborn Brain Spike to give you exactly the ability to cast that spell again. For another 15 Valor, and now another 30 armor to all friendly units on that floor. And then I'm going to end my turn. And that'll play Pyreborn Brain Spike on the same target again, so I can use its ability at the start of the next turn. Sick. And now Hothead is doing enough damage to be able to clear entire enemy lines, given the amount of Valor it's gotten from, I guess, Miser attacking? Yeah, that 2 melee weakness on Fel has been really, really hard, but thankfully we've managed to eclipse its damage. Wait, I didn't need to... You went from top to mid? That's annoying. I wanted you to kill the Guildmonger again. Guess I'll have to help you out. I do need Fel to lose the melee weakness by taking a hit without damage shield, so I think I'll take this turn as our opportunity to do that. Some more damage shield to Goldtooth. And then both of these fire starters just go straight at the boss, I think. Oh, actually, no. About Gladiator, thank you. There's the Death Metal Hymnus with the ability to be summoned on the bottom line. Goldtooth covers top. Basically, anyone defending a Goldtooth should now have giant spikes of the Banished on them, I feel. I also don't need Eagle Heart to be played on the bottom line, so I'll just hold that between turns, I think. Oops. I forgot that I had Echo Vault on the bottom line immediately. Would have been a great flaw to cast something. Get him, Hothead. I really don't have good things to just randomly cast on the bottom line anymore. One Guildmonger dead. Welcome back, Guildmonger. I'm ready to start killing you again. I'll play 1 for 5 on the bottom line, and then I'll play this spike for 16 on you, and then the 5 will get... Sorry, 36. Played it for 5 mana. One golden touchdown. Excav Ember draws you, play you down, then... I mean, you are dying at the end of this turn as well. I don't even have to hit you with the fire starters now. Okay, now at 210 Valor on Fel. Give 210 armor to everyone else on your floor, please. Play that in Pyro Room because it can, damn it. That's so much Valor. Firestarter, Firestarter, Firestarter. We managed to get one more before the end of the turn. Up to 10. 10 was the magic number again, wasn't it? All right, get him with the eagle heart. Yeah, literally the only difference between this and the next level is 25 gold. Increase max hold by 2. I'd love to. It's way too late, unfortunately. When an enemy ascends, they gain Pyre Gel 2. Ridiculous in the Titans fight. Units gain 3/3 for each upgrade on their card. Yes, please. First room card, late each battle's play dwarf laws. That's pretty fun. That causes either the weapons cache, well, the weapons cache realistically, to be on every floor. Which, considering I don't have more equipment, doesn't really help us. When a unit without Pyre Gel gains 6 additional stacks. Sure. Now this one should be a breeze. Especially because at the very start of the fight, our gold teeth come pre-busted. They're gonna do a lot of work immediately. Yeah, gotta get the hot head down on the bottom line as well. I honestly think Miser and then waiting for the multi-strike really does work for this bottom line. That'll do as it stands. Yeah, perfect. We've got the additional goldmonger. Oh, hell yeah. Fireborn Brain Spikes here with full 3 on it as well. Okay, so let's use your ability, giving 5 damage to everyone, then your ability, 5 damage to everyone again, then Fireborn Brain Spike so I can use your ability again. I wonder if I should have used Eagle Heart before all of this. It would have given a lot more armor to allies, but realistically, they don't actually need more armor. And holding Eagle Heart for a turn where it's more relevant seems like that could still be important for us. There's the Echo Vault. For my ideal outcome on the bottom floor, we just basically play Giant Spike the Banished. Especially because with Echo Vault, I get to play it again for another 40. Which at that point basically does mean that floor is solved. I mean, I'd also love to start doubling Pyrelite on the bottom line. I'm going to go with one more big Spike of the Banished, after which I'll just let all of these Curses of Entropy resolve in hand. That's the turn I let Pyrelite resolve on the bottom line twice. I think you need some Valor up here, buddy. Oh, that... Good lord. That killed Savagery and got very close on Entropy. We are a lot... oh boy. I thought we had... honestly, I thought we had significantly longer in this fight. I did not know how sideways things were about to go. Oops. Overrode my own Pyrelite. I was like, why am I not casting a zero-cost spell? That was a good reason, Raps. It was a very good reason not to do that. I think we're in for maybe one more turn of Pyrelighting, and then we are done. I guess play every non-Pyrelite spell first. Except for the ones that cost all of the rest of your Ember Wraps. And that'll do it. Hell yeah. I mean, honestly, having all these Excavated Embers just helping me get through the first cycle of the deck was really, really helpful and lovely. These Gold Teeth just pumping out hundreds and hundreds of damage constantly because I'm so damn rich. Obviously really useful, but like realistically, Miser giving me as much money as it did with the early dualism, allowing me to spiral out into buying so many things as early as I did, really put us ahead of the page. And then, obviously, Fel just having the ability to abuse friendly units gain armor equal to 1 times Fel's Valor, as well as having 311 Valor. Yep. Worked incredibly. I'm now just imagining, like, Emot's Tome. So the first time each turn you play a spell, gain a copy of it in hand that you can also play that has Ephemeral. And then there's Echo Vault, rather, on 2 different floors. And you Emot Tome Pyre's Light, playing it on 1 floor and then playing it on another so that you can hit the enemy 5 times in a turn. 1 by default because it's the response hit, and then 4 Pyrelites. Obviously, that's really good at taking out Dominion, less good at taking out anything else, because nothing you're doing is accounting for anything else. It's running out of things to congratulate. Really? I would have assumed this would have been like, you know, best Valor, best armor application, good armor application, something like that. Literally, all you can tell me is that the streaks have increased. Well, they have, and we ended with 1,500 gold. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is my series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. If you have not checked out yet the Ethermancer series, I would heavily recommend doing so. It is very good fun, monster taming, there's a lot of pets in it, and strategy.